Hello everyone and welcome to a video that I didn't realize I was going to be filming today, but that I did not mind adding to my docket. I mean, I wasn't planning on filming anything today. However, when I saw that I got my order from Bite Beauty in the mail, I mean, come on. I wanted to film today. So I have got the new Bite Beauty products, or I mean a few of them anyways, but the newly released and then the reformulated formulas. That was probably redundant. Either way, I have got the Bite Changemaker Skin Optimizing Primer, I have got the Changemaker Supercharged Micellar Foundation, and the Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon here, or one of them anyways. Essentially, for those of you who don't know, Bite Beauty just reformulated their brand, their products. They released some new stuff like the foundation and primer, but they are now like certified clean and vegan and all of that. So it's got a lot of people excited. It's also got a lot of people like me nervous because we love the original formula of Bite lip products and now we're scared that they've been reformulated, but who knows, they might work just as well, maybe even better. So for the primer, you get 1 fluid ounce of product. It is $38. You do have the option between a normal to dry skin or a normal to oily skin with this primer, so I was pleased to see that. I obviously chose the one that was for normal to oily skin because, heyo, oily skin. They say that this is a high-performance primer with skin-optimizing technology to neutralize our skin type and grip foundation for flawless, lasting wear. I apologize for the loudness of my washing machine. It was laundry day. It had to be done. But you can see that there are different ingredients depending on which primer you chose to help out with your skin type. It is also vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. 32 volunteers apparently tested out this primer and said that they thought that it didn't pill, it absorbed quickly, and it feels weightless. And to use, easy peasy, you just apply this after skincare. And of course, for best results, follow up with more of their products. Then we have got the Supercharged Micellar Foundation. It is $39.50, but you still get the 1 ounce of product. There are 32 different shades if I counted correctly. The arm swatches, I mean, while it does seem that there is a fair shade and a deep shade, it looks like it was mostly focused in the light medium tan area, so shade range could certainly be improved based on those swatches, but they say that this is going to be a long-wearing foundation with gentle micellar technology that mimics skin texture for natural and flawless looking finish. It's got medium coverage and natural finish. It's apparently good for normal, dry combo, and oily, which we shall see. Again, it is vegan, cruelty-free, and gluten-free. In the experience of 31 volunteers this time, all of them agreed that this foundation feels fresh, but not everyone, but most people apparently felt that the foundation is easy to blend and applies smoothly. To use, just dot the foundation onto your cheeks, forehead, and nose. Then you can use your fingers or a brush to blend it outwards and build coverage with fingers on places that need it. So yeah, blah blah blah. Of course, this is going to be a longer video because we've got lots of products to test out here, but I'm excited to do so with you all. So I've already washed and moisturized my skin. Now I'm going to go in with the primer. As I said, I got the one that was targeted to mattify, and here it is. I do like the packaging. It's just like a nice blush color and simple. This does only have a 6-month shelf life, just to let you know. Glasses wearers of the world, I got you covered, and I here on the first day am just going to do a primer on half of my face so that we can see how the foundation does on its own. Got a nice little safety seal on here. I don't know why, but I'm like super curious to see what this smells like. Uh-oh. I don't think it smells like anything, but it looks like it's going to be very silicone-y. Ah, surprise, surprise. At least for sure, the second and fourth ingredient look to be silicone. So let's go ahead and prime this half of my face. Yep, it does. I'm so sorry, my washing machine is apparently really noisy. I haven't noticed until I am now self-conscious about it. Like I said, I needed to do laundry though, because I need to wash the clothes that I wear to my volunteer shift. Okay, it's got a slight scent to it. Kind of smells like hairspray to me. It's not the most silicone feeling, which pleases me. That just tends to break me out and make my foundation slide right off. It does have a smoothing feel on the skin for sure, and it's slightly hydrating feeling, almost very, very slightly on that, but all right. Now for the foundation, I got the shade L30. Let's keep our fingers crossed together that this is a good match for me. Based on the tube, it looks like maybe. Ooh, made in Italy, how fancy. This, unlike the primer, has a 12-month shelf life, just so you know. I'm gonna put this on the hand that I didn't put primer on. Oh, 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 this is separated. Do we see that? Do we see that? Oh, oh, okay. Maybe this needs to be shaken? Kind of had that thought, like when I heard micellar water, because I use that to take off my makeup, so to me it just seems strange that that would be in makeup, but okay, shaking definitely helped. Oh, okay. Let's get started. I just wanted to smell it. It smells kind of fruity. Okay, so dot on the face. Yes, I'll just use my fingers for this half of my face. How about it? We shall see. It might be a little dark, a little orange, but nothing, not too bad. At least as of right now, it doesn't look too bad. It is super thin, that is for darn sure, but it looks like it's giving some coverage. It's definitely got like a smoothing feel to it. Now let's see, they said you could also apply this with a brush. I've got a feeling a sponge would make this look really nice, but first things first, we'll try a brush. Honestly, brush side looks pretty darn flawless. I say go with that. Now let's see, they did say this was buildable, so let's go ahead and give her a try. Dang, dude, yeah, that was certainly buildable. I definitely think it looks better on the primed side. It just went on a lot smoother, blended out a bit easier, but overall I do think it looks good. You can still see some imperfections peeking through for sure. It is a medium coverage, not full, so that was kind of to be expected. I am curious to see how this stuff works. So I'm gonna get on with my day, put on the rest of my makeup. It's gonna be pretty minimal today, but I'm gonna do that, and I will just check in with you guys intermittently throughout the day so we can see how these things are hanging in. Fingers crossed, and I will see you in just a second. Ready? Ding! I'm back sooner than I thought. I forgot, A, to put my glasses back on, and B, that I have a lip product to test. So I got the shade Calvados. No idea how to pronounce that. But as I said, I do love the original Bite formula, so let's see. Oh, cute. So they kind of redid the packaging on these. It's the same slim, long tube, but now we have the Bite logo in the color that the lipstick is that you got, and then the cap mimics the ones that were on the lipsticks, where it's got the little bite out of it, so to speak. So let's see. It does look the same though on the inside. I think it smells the same. Let's see if it applies the same. Oh yeah. Such a pretty color. So pretty. This is such a nice, like, warm, spicy terracotta brown. It is beautiful, but kind of still in the nude spectrum. Super creamy, went on super smooth, super pigmented, everything I remember. It does have much more of the smell of the new Agave Plus lip treatment, overnight lip mask thing. I like the smell. It's reminiscent to me of Tootsie Rolls, but overall this looks beautiful. It isn't matte to me. I remember the other matte lip crayons of theirs were the same in that they've got a slight sheen to them, but overall nice, creamy, dreamy, smooth, feels great on the lips. I'm excited. And now I will see you all in just a second, aka in much more of a time lapse than this time. Ready? Ding! Alright, so a much quicker check-in than I was anticipating. It's only been about 2.5 hours here. That's a lie, we're going on 3 hours, but I'm about to head on out to my volunteer shift, but I wanted to check in because I checked in the mirror real quick and I wasn't expecting to see anything bad, but I've got some bad stuff happening around my mouth here. I am also feeling a little bit oily. I don't think I look really oily or anything, but overall I just wanted to check in and show you that this doesn't look so great so far. I mean, thankfully it looks like you can just kind of rub those crease lines out, but even just putting on this t-shirt, it like took the foundation off of my scar on my forehead. I'm also gonna wipe off my lipstick because I'm hanging out with adorable animals. Like, I don't want to worry about getting lipstick on them. I want to smooch them freely. So that is it. I'm gonna get, and I will see you all when I get home. Ready? Ding! All right, my friends. I just really quick check in here at the end of the night. I need to hop in the shower. We got in some ringworm babies at the animal shelter, so I really need to clean myself off before I infect my own cats with it. But here is the makeup. I think overall it honestly looks pretty good, especially on the primed side. On the not primed side, I can see much more signs of wear, especially around my nose and mouth where it had creased and whatnot earlier. It's pretty much completely gone off of that nostril, but at least on the side that did have primer, I think things look much better. The foundation is definitely sticking around a bit better. Still faded, but certainly sticking around. Like I said, it has been lightweight, but I have noticed transferring if I touch my face, so we shall see with continued use how this ends up doing. I am excited to test it out with you guys, so I will do that and check in with you all in just a second here to let you know the final results. Ready? Ding! All right, hello everyone, good evening. It has been more than the usual amount of days of testing since I last checked in with you all, but that's kind of the nature of a not just foundation review. You know, we got foundation, we got primer, we got lip product, and I am here to tell you mixed feelings. Let's go into it deeper, shall we? You saw day one. On day two, I went ahead and wanted to test out the foundation on top of two different primers, so see how it does on top of the Bite primer again. So I did that on just the left side, and then I went ahead and used my beloved Guerlain Meteorites primer on the right side of my face so that we could test out, see if there's a difference at all. I also used my Too Faced concealer to conceal blemishes, as well as mixed in a little teeny tiny bit of NYX White Mix-In Medium to make this a bit more my shade. The first layer of foundation I did go ahead and put on with a brush, and then I used a very, very light layer for a second layer to build it up with a sponge, and I thought it looked beautiful and very natural just across my whole face. I really liked the way that the foundation and everything looked. However, I went and changed out of my PJs and the foundation came right off on my sweatshirt. So like, I wouldn't suggest wearing this foundation if you're planning on going shopping, you're gonna try on clothes, you're gonna be in a fitting room, because you're gonna leave your face behind. Either way. First check-in was around 4.5 hours and I felt super oily, and with my oils I certainly thought that it felt a bit heavy as well, the foundation. However, honestly, it didn't look too bad. It was just feeling that way. So I thought it looked okay enough where I didn't feel a need to blot my face, so I didn't. However, at the end of the day, 9 hours, I went ahead and checked in once again to see how this lasted through everything. I had just gotten done doing some light yoga and I was looking a bit shiny from that. It also just, you know, wiped right off, and while it didn't look like immensely better on the Guerlain side, I did think that the foundation looked better on the Guerlain side. But that being said, it wasn't by a lot. I would say the Guerlain side looked maybe like 15% better than the Bite primer side. So then on day 3, I just didn't want to test out the Bite primer anymore. I thought maybe that was part of the reason why things were feeling heavy and oily and whatnot. So I went ahead and did my whole face in my Smashbox primer, as well as once again concealed things with my Too Faced concealer and also mixed in a little bit of my NYX White Mix-In Medium. I checked in at around 2.5 hours because somehow I was already feeling oily and what the heck? I was just hanging out around my apartment getting worked. Like, I was not doing anything to justify the fact that my face felt that oily and heavy already. So at least it kind of cemented the thought or the probability that it is the foundation that's not really good for oily skin, but I went ahead and I kept on wearing it. I had gone out for dinner and had a video game date with my guy that I've been, you know, seeing, I guess you could say, and came home, and around the 10-hour mark I checked in once again. It was not looking great. I mean, even before I left, it had almost completely come off both sides of my nose, around my nostrils, like just not looking great. And then when I got home, it had wiped off again. Like, it just, this foundation, as far as I can tell, is not good for oily skin. I will say that much. However, today, day 4 of testing, I went ahead and wanted to test out the primer to see how it worked with a foundation that doesn't necessarily play great with my skin. So I went ahead and did my whole face in the Bite primer, and then I used my Believe Beauty foundation as well as concealer, but I used the Believe Beauty foundation to test out and see if this primer could help that foundation last longer on me, because it's not a super long wearing foundation on my oily skin. It lasts about 6 hours usually, but that's about the breaking point. Well, I wore it and I thought the foundation went on top of the primer just fine, nice and lovely looking, but oh boy, my friends, it's been maybe 6 hours here. It's not good. It's just not good. This primer on oily skin, I don't know, at least for me, it has not helped with controlling my oils at all. I feel like while I do like the feel of the primer when I'm first putting it on, it just has that feeling that it's sitting on top of the skin. It does, I think, provide a smooth canvas. Like, I do think foundation and stuff looks very beautiful over the primer, but in terms of longevity helping, which is what I wear a primer for the most part, it's not good for my oily skin, even though this says that it's targeted towards oily skin. It's not the worst primer I've ever used, but it's not something that I think I'm ever going to be grabbing for. And then in terms of the foundation, we can get on into the pros and the cons. First off, when it comes to the pros for this foundation, I will say this foundation is, I believe, buildable. I do think you can get nice buildable coverage with this stuff. How they say you can get, what was it, sheer to medium? I absolutely agree. I think they got that spot on, and also it has a nice natural finish to the skin. But the problem is that if you have oily skin like me, you're probably going to use a powder. I've tried multiple powders with this foundation, and it looks awful with powder on top of it, I think. I mean, granted, I haven't tried the Bite powder that they came out with, but I think it's a little ridiculous if you have to buy that powder for this foundation to work. Either way, those are a couple of pros, but that is where we get into the cons for the foundation. First off, just being that it really does feel, I don't know why I'm not wearing this on my face today, but it does feel like it's sitting on top of the skin. I have felt that way whether I had on the Bite primer or not. So both the primer and the foundation have that feeling to me. It also transfers pretty darn badly, and that just kind of ties in with the fact that I don't think this foundation is good if you have really oily skin like I do. Plus, I don't think that the fade is graceful or nice looking at all. It just kind of comes off in chunks and patches, and you're like, did you even apply foundation to your whole face though? I did. It just has decided to leave me in prominent areas, such as my nose, my chin, etc. I was so excited for this Bite launch, you know, for some complexion products, but it just didn't work for me. Maybe if you have normal or dry skin, since these did feel slightly moisturizing, maybe you'll have better luck with these products. I can say that the lip product was great. I mean, I'm pretty sure the ingredient, oh my god, can I talk? The ingredients are, I don't know what the ingredients are. Have the ingredients changed? In any case, this new or revamped lip crayon formula is delightful. Just as delightful as I know the other Bite crayons to have been. Beautiful. This color that I got is gorgeous, and I just love the formula. It's the same lovely formula that I have grown to love from Bite Beauty. Nice and creamy, long lasting. I mean, obviously doesn't last through, like, I had a salad and pasta for dinner, like, wasn't gonna last through that, didn't used to, wasn't going to now. I wasn't expecting that, but it's so comfy, just barely there. Bite makes a good lipstick. unfortunately, I can't say they make a good face product, at least not yet. So there you have it, my friends. I hope this review was helpful for you all. Those of you who are also curious about this new Bite relaunch or release, whatever you're gonna wanna call it, certainly let me and the rest of the casserole fam know in the comments down below if you have tried out these products. Do you have oily skin? Do you have normal, dry, whatever kind of a skin type you have? Let me know in the comments down below. Were you able to find a shade for you? How did you feel about that? Etc, etc. I just love hearing from you all and seeing whether or not I was the only one that didn't get along with this stuff. I certainly hope not, but at the same time I kind of do, because it's like I hope things work out for people. Like I don't want people to waste their money. But in any case, let me know your thoughts, feelings, etc. in the comments down below. You can also let me know any other new releases that you want to see me test out here on my channel. I just love hearing from you guys. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video, found it helpful, whatever the case may be, by giving it a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!